world of handmade business can be tough when trying to monetize what you love. We've got truth bombs and motivation to help you find your way through. Passion to profit, let's start today, 'cause the world needs what you create. Tune in right now, it's your shot to learn how to be a handmade boss.
Do you want to grow your handmade business using Instagram, but you've got no idea what to post, when to post, or how to sell without being really gross and really salesy? You are in the right place, and this episode is actually your free full training on how to do this. This is your step-by-step designed specifically for handmade business owners. So here's what I see all the freaking time. Handmade business owners that are genuinely posting lovely photos, but nothing's really happening, right? They get a few likes, 2 are from their relatives, 1's from their friends, but there's no actual real strangers who are likely to view their stuff and buy their stuff. No growth, no engagement, no sales. Or worse, I see a lot of people who have given up, convinced that Instagram just does not work anymore. But it can work amazingly well if you know how to use it as a business tool, which is how we need to see it. And today, I'm going to be giving you the full roadmap. This little mini course is going to show you how to grow a loyal audience, create content that actually leads to sales, and finally feel confident about what you're posting. Hello everyone, if you are new here, my name is Steph, and I help handmade business owners start, run, and scale their handmade business so that, let's be honest, it goes from an expensive hobby to a real business that is actually bringing you in income every single damn day. So, we are going to cover 3 main things today. Number 1, the Instagram content strategy. Number 2, your ideal weekly content mix. And number 3, the funnel, the sales funnel behind the post. Like, what are actually people doing when they find your post? Let's say you do go a little bit viral. What happens after that? Where do you go from there? How do you get those viewers into buyers? All right, let's talk about part 1, which is the content strategy. Let's basically talk about what to post. You do not need to be a content machine. No one does in this day and age. You just need a simple, repeatable strategy based on 4 value pillars. So first of all, let's go into part 1, which is the content strategy. Let's talk about what to post, but more importantly, why you're posting it. You do not need to be a content machine. No one does in this day and age. But you do need a simple strategic system that builds trust, keeps people interested, and turns followers into customers. So here is where the 4 value pillars come in. These are foundations of a content plan that actually works for handmade business owners, tried and tested. So let's go over the 4 handmade content pillars, value pillars, and why they matter. So number 1 is the relatable content. This makes people go, oh yeah, me too. That makes your audience feel super seen. It shows you are a real human running a real handmade business with good days and hard days. So why does this work? People do not connect with perfection. They connect with realness and authenticity. This builds emotional trust and actually helps them to root for you. So here's some examples. Here's what my desk looks like mid-order chaos. Or I've made 25 mugs and I still sometimes get the glazing wrong. Or that awkward moment when you run out of thank you stickers 3 or 5 orders in. Value pillar 2 is educational content. This is where you're basically teaching people things. You give helpful, interesting, or surprising info about your product, process, or materials. So why does this work? Well, it basically positions you as the go-to person, as the go-to brand, as the go-to expert. It builds authority and it answers questions before people even ask. So some examples are why soy wax is better for your home than paraffin wax, how I design my prints using watercolor and digital layers, and behind the scenes of glazing, why I double fire my mugs. It's not about being preachy and like, I am holier than thou, I am an expert. It's not about that at all. It's about helping real people understand what makes you, your brand, and your product valuable. Okay, value pillar number 3 is inspirational content. This is the feel-good, aesthetic, aspirational stuff. The transformation your product offers and how this fits into someone's life life and makes it better. Now, side note here, this doesn't necessarily have to be product focused either. Let's say that your target audience are busy mums. You could just show, hey, a little quote post dedicated to mums. You don't have to really make this product focused, but sometimes it's really worth trying. So why does this work? Well, it helps your audience visualize owning what you sell. And that's when they start wanting it. So here's some examples. The coziest corner in my customer's home featuring our dreamy autumn candle. Start your week with this quote and your favorite mug. Or imagine journaling every single day with your own handmade planner. It doesn't have to be cheesy. It's all about sparking emotion. And the fourth value pillar is, drumroll please, promotional content. This is where you actually sell. And yes, you need to do it on the regular. If you're not telling people what you sell and what's available, they aren't going to go looking. They aren't going to go scrolling through your Instagram, going through your links in bio. The easier and more direct you can make it for them, the easier you are going to get a sale. So why does this work? Well, to be honest with you, your audience are not mind readers. They need reminders, encouragement, and clear direction on how to buy. So here's some examples. New autumn drop is now live. Only 5 of these left, will not be restocking. Or want a personalized version? Make sure you order by Sunday. This pillar turns interest into action. So I just want to quickly talk about why all 4 of these value pillars matter. Because most handmade business owners or brands either only post promotional stuff and wonder why no one cares and no one engages, or only post behind the scenes stuff and, to be honest with you, a little bit of fluff that is not actually directed towards what their brand and what their business is. These 4 pillars work beautifully together to create a full story. Relatability builds trust, educational builds authority, inspirational builds desire, promotional drives sales. And the most amazing thing is that when you mix these across reels, stories, photos, and captions, that is when Instagram starts working like the business tool it's meant to be. So let's talk about part 2, when to post and what your weekly rhythm should be. So let's talk about structure, right? You do not need to post each and every single day, but you do need consistency, and actually all social algorithms reward you being consistent. Not saying you have to post every day, but post on a consistent basis. Let's talk about it in terms of getting into a rhythm with it. So here is a simple starting point. Do 3 reels a week and do things like your process, transformation, behind the scenes, and don't forget your value pillars. Do 2 to 3 static posts / carousels a week. Tell stories, offer tips, show lifestyle shots, etc. A daily story, or at least most days, even if it's just a poll or a repost of a reel or a static. And then 1 clear promo post per week. And I want you to be direct and I want you to be confident with it. A little bonus tip here is that repeatable themes each week make this so much easier. So do like making Mondays, work in progress Wednesdays, or feature Friday. This lets your audience know exactly what they can expect from you, but also takes the pressure off of you as well. So now let's move into part 3, how to sell without feeling salesy, gross, and like you need a hot shower after you post this. Instagram is not just for going viral or visibility. It's actually an integral part of your overall sales funnel, which means your content is not just there to look nice. It's there to actually guide someone from discovery to purchase. And I want you to think of this as moving people through 3 stages. You want to attract, you want to nurture, and you want to convert. And the way we do those 3 things is with 2 different types of content. And that is going wide and going deep. So let's break this down just so we're really super clear. So going wide is the attraction part. This is your visibility content. It's short, it's snappy, and it's very shareable. And basically it's made to reach new people. So I want you to think scroll stopping reels, trending audio with your product in there somewhere, funny, relatable memes, point of view or did you know style hooks, and giveaways and collabs. The job of go wide content is to get you seen by new people. It basically introduces you to people who don't follow you yet and starts to build curiosity. But honestly, visibility alone is not enough. Once they follow you, they need a reason to stay. And this is where we go into the going deep content. And this is designed to nurture and convert. So the going wide is attraction. The going deep is nurturing and converting. Make sense? So your going deep content is your trust building content. It's slower paced. It's a lot more thoughtful. And it's focusing on helping people to understand, to care about, and want your product. So I want you to think honest captions about your process or a story, behind the scenes reels, in-depth carousels like how I make your custom orders and you swipe across to see, before and after transformational posts, and product features and benefits. Going deep content is what turns a follower into a fan. And a fan into a customer. And it also shows the value behind what you do, the craftsmanship, the care, the emotion, all the things that make your product not just another item, not just another piece of jewelry, not just another mug, not just another t-shirt. So let's talk about why you need both. Let's say you only post going wide content. You might get followers, but they will not stick around and they will unfollow you in quick succession. And they won't even buy because they won't know who you are or really care about why they should stick around. And if you only post going deep stuff, you might have a super loyal tiny audience, but with no new eyes seeing your products, you're not going to get any growth. The magic really happens when you alternate between the two. So here's an example week here, okay? So let's say Monday, you do a reel with trending audio. That's going wide. Then Tuesday, you do a story talking through how you pack your orders. That's going deep. Then Thursday, we have a carousel about the meaning behind your latest design. That's going deep. Then Friday, you share a funny maker life meme. That's going wide. And then Sunday, you do a direct promo post with a very clear call to action. This is going deep, but also asking them to convert. And finally, let's talk about selling, right? Once you've attracted and nurtured your audience, you need to ask for the sale with a really, really, really obvious call to action. Don't hide your offers at the bottom of your caption or hope that people magically DM you, because they will not. Give clear, confident directions. So things like shop the collection now via the link in bio. Custom slots open today, only 5 available. Orders close Sunday, don't miss out. Sales do not happen by accident. They happen when you show up clearly and consistently, and with content that works really well together. So now let's talk about your homework for this week. So number 1, I want you to choose one idea for each of the 4 content value pillars. Then I want you to plan your next 3 posts this week. And I actually want you to follow the structure down to a T. Then post the damn content. And then I would love for you to tag me at Handmade Bosses so I can see what you've made. If this training helped you to bring some Instagram clarity, then I would love for you to subscribe on YouTube and on the podcast. And also send this episode to a maker friend who you think needs it most. And until next time, keep going towards your handmade business goals, because the world truly does need those special creations that only you can make. Thank you so much for tuning in to How to Be a Handmade Boss. And if you're eager to boost your Etsy sales within just 7 days, then be sure to join my most popular free training at handmadebosses.com/conversion. You can also find the link in the show notes as well. Keep an eye out for our next episode, where we'll be continuing our journey towards handmade business success together. And until then, keep crafting and stay inspired, because the world really does need those special creations that only you can make.